Now, you've been talking about the winds of change.
Yes.
I have that song in my, do you know that song? It's like a Scorpion song. It has nothing to do with weather.
No,
I think it's about the Cold War. But anyway, you're talking
much
about
different.
the weather.
Yes. Yeah. These winds of change are going to kind of put an end to the sunshine that we're seeing today. And it's going to be bringing back some heavy, significant rainfall just in time for the weekend. So the fall foliage, it's in full apparent view here across the Pacific Northwest, as a lot of those leaves are actually starting to make their way down to the surface thanks to those gusty conditions. As we take a live look at the sunny skies found out along the Vancouver waterfront with our 13 KOIN's camera along the Vancouver spot. 65 degrees, that's where we currently sit. Those winds persistently out the east-southeast at about 16. Some of our gusts tipping the scale of about 25 miles per hour here in the city. Troutdale closer to 36, as we've managed to see some places like Corbett top off at 41 mile per hour wind gusts, and these winds will likely stay strong throughout the rest of this evening, not tapering back until we get past the midnight hour, and that's when the wet weather is expected to find its way back into our area. After the sunny skies today help us to warm back up into the low 70s for the coastline, mid 60s, putting us above average for the day here up and down the I-5 corridor, as we anticipate our next round of wet weather already developing out over the Pacific Ocean, already starting to push its way on shore for some of us as we pack our patience for the Super Soaker event to start to get underway by the weekend. So we're talking about Western Oregon, Southwest Washington, all expected to experience the raindrops as early as tonight after 8 o'clock. But I want to fast forward. Saturday likely going to see on again, off again rain showers, but we really start to see things ramp up Saturday evening into the 10 o'clock hour. It's after midnight, come early Sunday morning, that we expect to see some heavier downpours. Those yellows and oranges, a good indication of the wet weather that will be widespread and impactful, taking us well into Sunday as well. So Saturday likely going to be drier than Sunday, but only by a couple of raindrops, as our rain gauges for the I-5 corridor near about 3/4 of an inch to an inch to an inch and a half to almost 2 inches for some of our coastal friends. That's going to be a Super Soaker event, as snow elevation levels don't dip back until the start of next week, where significant mountain snow is likely. We're talking about, at least this weekend, 1 inch to 3 inches for Mount Hood before we really start that snow machine cranking up for the start of next week. Tonight, increasing the clouds, seeing those raindrops fall after about 8 o'clock tonight, as we fall to about 53 degrees, and now just 6 days away from Halloween night. And on average, we see our daytime high temperature around 58 degrees, and we see about a 52% chance of rain frequency. So trick-or-treat hour, a little bit more than a week or so away, is expected to run into a raindrop or two, as our 7-day forecast shows that the wet weather isn't going anywhere. Daytime highs falling back to the mid-50s by the start of next week, and then low 50s by the end of October and the start of November, which comes on Friday.
Just in case you were curious, winds of change is a Cold War.
Yeah.
So
there we go.
We did a little Google.
Pop culture genius right here. Okay, thanks, Josh. Hey, coming up, time.